Hi, I'm Johnny. I'm a global artist ambassador for FENIX360, and I'm blessed to be joined today by the multidisciplinary music artist, KEM. KEM, how are you, man?
I'm great. How are you, John? Thank you for having me, by the way. It's such an honor to be able to connect with you on this, honestly.
Likewise, brother. I am so happy to be joining you as well and to share your voice and to celebrate your art. And there's a lot to share. So if we may, can we first tune into some of your music that has had such a powerful impact? I would love to tune into your YouTube channel and check out your track Take. Sound
Okay,
good?
that's great. That's perfect with me.
All right, that's a great way to begin, and I can't wait to come back and learn all about your journey. So let's all now tune in to KEM and Take.
It's your boy KEM. Me, I know they fear so. No, 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 no. Only joy up in my space, so. Oh, make una know bring disgrace to my place, so. No, 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 no. Cause my Jesus know they play, yo. Jesus, now you my defender. I know my protector, yeah. You see, I like to call him my papa. Now he dey take care of my mama. I be like, oh, papa, oh. Now you do signs and wonders, oh Lord. Take go everything I surrender, oh, papa, oh. Now you do signs and wonders. Everything I surrender. Oh Lord, let go. Everything I surrender. Oh Lord, let go. Everything I surrender. I'm wildin' out, but I'm not conceited. Even Michael Jackson needed for he had to beat it. See, I've been rolling with the king and he undefeated. Yeah, he told me I'm a king and I'm rightly seated. I've been going through some things, but he got me through it. He's a champion in the ring and he always prove it. God, you coach me through the scene, so I can't be foolish. You keep showing me the win, so I gotta do it.
KEM, man, it's great to share Take with our audience, and thanks so much. Now, can you tell me, I'm really looking forward to learning where you're from and some of the highlights of your journey in being an artist.
Okay, well, I am Nigerian. Well, my parents are Nigerian, so that makes me Nigerian. In fact,
Nigerian heritage.
I'm Nigerian heritage, exactly. In fact, out of all my siblings, I'm the last of six, and I'm the only one born in the United States. I was born in North Carolina, raised 1/3 of my life in Nigeria, and then the rest of the 2/3 is actually in Los Angeles, California.
Right. Okay.
So I have that LA vibe, LA base still, even in my speech. I still have my Nigerian accent. Don't get me wrong, guys. So I still have that. Because my earliest memories were in Nigeria. Outside of that, now looking at some of my highlights, I'm blessed, so blessed to have just come off a press tour throughout East and West Africa with the music, has got to proliferate. And I've gone on so many radio stations at this point. I've been on so many magazines. I was also the winner of Best International Headlining Artist 2020 by Seems Africa, which is the African American Award out of Nigeria as well. So that was like a big deal for me. Right now, we're looking at our next award, which is for AfriFamo. I've been nominated for Best Male Artist in the Diaspora, which is it's an honor to even have been considered for such an award for me.
Amazing, KEM. Yeah.
I'm happy like right now because we just got Take, the song that we just played, on a campaign with Passion to Bigger. They have 500,000 followers. They have such a humongous brand. Everyone they're working with is verified. Everything is actually just next level. I haven't even had the opportunity to work with such a humongous platform as this. In fact, I think they're only second to Fashion Nova. That's how big this platform is. So
wow,
it's really
it's tremendous.
It's been amazing. It's been an amazing journey so far.
BChem, there's so many things to unpack in terms of that, just, you know, what you just shared. I mean, it's incredible. I imagine that your Nigerian accent comes more strong in these family get-togethers when you get those six
Oh, it
brothers and
do.
sisters together. And also, listen, man, you're from LA. You know, I grew up in the Pasadena area of Los
Really?
Angeles. So you and I both hail from LA.
Oh yeah.
And so there's a lot of things we can share about that. But wow, what an incredible amount of success that you've enjoyed. And even during this latest period of time, you know, when the pandemic kind of closing down everything, here you are celebrated and featured, you know, as a 2020 international artist with that kind of accolade is really fantastic, brother. So let me ask this question then, and it also leads into other kinds of work too, beyond the music. But you know, what were there certain other artists that maybe influenced you when you were coming up that made you want to be a breakout star like you're becoming?
Well, actually, my influence, it had a very wide variety. I mean, from Michael Jackson to Immortal Technique to, you know, Jay-Z to Drake
Right.
to Hoobastank to The Killers. I mean, to Wizkid. In fact, Drake and Wizkid, I think, were like the final draw where I was like, okay, I know I've been called to do this, but I've been having to deal with that whole African mentality where, you know, your parents are saying, you know, hey, you're Nigerian, so you really have only three choices for a career in this life, which is being a doctor, engineer, or a lawyer. And I was initially like, you know what, I'll do the lawyer thing to make you guys happy. But when
Right.
I was going for it, it didn't feel like me. In fact, it was one of the toughest things that I could do in my life. I was like, this doesn't make sense. While I was in class, I was over there writing rhymes and, you know, listening to music. And then I decided to just go to school to be a sound engineer, which is what I got my degree in,
I
so that
see.
I can really perfect the sounds that I knew that I had in me. So I was so excited to really share that with the world because I grew up in a very rough household. You know,
Oh,
my background was, it was really intense in terms of just being inside the house and outside the house. You know, in South Central LA, I was dealing with a lot of toxicity just as a child. So
yeah.
I found solace in music. And that's what made me even really decide to dive so deep into it, because it was where I found my peace. It was where I was able to heal. And so noticing that music was a healing tool for me, I decided to want to heal the world in the way that I was healed. And that's what really got me into doing music in the first place, you know. And so I even started going deeper in spirituality of the whole aspect of it, because I started realizing that, you know, God was real and he had an open arm for me. And so I took the music that I had, the messages that he would personally give me, and I started to interwove them in, you know, my songs and in my project. And once I did that, doors started to swing open like I could
Wow.
not believe the amount. I mean, I had so much songs before and I was doing a lot of music, but once I decided to go God's way, he literally tore doors down. And
Yes,
the
man.
awards started to come, the campaign started to come, the people started, you know, to really have a message that they could hook onto. So, you know, we went from just healing people with just the sound of music to healing people with the words of the music as well. So
Weekend,
I'm
there's
so
so that is so beautiful, man. The spiritual journey that you're on as well, and you know what I mean, and this relationship that you have with God that's empowering you to really kind of just break out is so moving, man. Because you know you're honoring a soul's calling. You know,
yeah.
here you are challenged with maybe you had opportunity to pursue other professional avenues, but you chose to actually listen to that calling and to honor the calling and to ask for spiritual guidance
Yep.
and
That's
support.
it.
And man, you're receiving it and it's really happening. So it's so inspiring, I think, to us all when we have examples of this kind of humility that leads to so much kind of glory, and not just personal glory. It's glory for God. It's glory for creation.
That's
It's
it.
glory for others, and to empower and lift them. So you're right. Your words have energy, and they are indeed healing. So, I mean, that is really become powerful, man. And you're really on a trajectory that's, you know, just actually kind of in its infancy, I think. You have a long road yet to travel and to share. And so we're looking forward to everything that you have coming up. Speaking of which, what are you working on now? What's coming up here in the near future?
Well, right now I'm working with my ministry, that my spiritual parents, to really just develop a new base here in Houston, which is actually what I moved down here for. It was for ministry. But you know, on the music aspect, I am working on some next level sounds. In fact, what I have next coming up with my next project, even with the next singles that we're like looking forward to just solidifying and recording, it's out of this world. In fact, I
Yes.
feel like the next is going to just blow the past away. I really believe the latter is going to be greater than the former, because what we have coming next, and whew, and especially as the producer, honestly, you know, I produced my last project, and my next project is also going to be produced by me as well. It's really just me and the Holy Spirit working out here. And honestly, the next things that we have in store for the world, I am so excited. We're blending new genres, like piano's coming more, because we had this song, you know, a lot of the dancers that I knew personally, a lot of dancers that I didn't even know personally resonated with that song, Needed to Touch, which is on my last project, Take, because Take may be, you know, a song, but it's also the name of the whole project.
I see.
And that we had a very good response with the dancers. So we have something called Save Me that we're working on right now. I don't have a sample for you guys. The song has been written, the beat is together, and everything
That's
is
something
put
that we're going to
together.
be looking forward to coming up.
So, you
Yeah.
know, just that's definitely something to look
Save
forward
me.
to.
Yeah,
That
right
one's
on.
gonna be, whew, I'm excited.
Kim, that's great. And that is, and listen, and that spiritual vibe is going to be really healing for people, you know, and empowering. And so I love it. I'm going to be looking forward to it personally. And, you know, as our FENIX360 family expands, we're going to be looking forward to tuning in and discovering your progress. Now, listen, it is Black History Month, and I know that you're involved in some other projects that have been also receiving fanfare. And can you tell me a little bit about that? Maybe we'll share some of
Yeah,
that on the way out. But yeah,
yeah.
let's hear about it.
So so I'm gonna have to go to the root of how the song came. I didn't really talk about the root of how Take came, but I feel like, as in the spirit of Black History Month, this is something to really discuss.
Please do.
I was in a prayer. I was actually in a prayer session where my spiritual father was asking us to, you know, just to ask God what He wanted us to do, what His plan for us in the new season was going to be. And so I started to pray, and as I prayed, I saw Black people, Black children all over the world, and they were crying in fear, and I felt that fear. I hadn't felt fear before the prayer. I hadn't felt anything negative, but I felt that fear, and I felt their anguish just from all over the world, and I began to cry. And I cried for like an hour or two, and I just imagine feeling all children's fear, pain, and anguish. And I didn't know how to now translate that. I knew that I had to share this with someone, but it put me in a state of depression. But then I was just listening to a bunch of people, and I started seeing how a lot of other people were able to share their own relativity towards what was taking place, you know, with George Floyd. And so, in a sense, I was now able to ask God, you know, what do you want me to do about this? How do you want me to translate it? He just kept on reminding me, I gave you music for a reason. So Black Lives Matter was actually me now translating, in a sense, some of those emotions in a way that people could hear and they can also relate to. And it was really tailored around the time of when George Floyd was, you know, killed in such a way. And so it really gave some answers to me and those people who actually understood what I was actually saying and the depths of what it was. It wasn't so much a political thing, but it was also a way of thinking of how God was looking at the world as all this Black killings were taking place. I mean, Trayvon Martin, George Floyd, these people were not the only ones. I mean, we have Breonna Taylor. There was so much going on. And, you know, to just honor some of their memories, using George Floyd as a point of contact, I decided to now take that vision that I was given and try to translate it into a song. And so we shot the music video. We shot it on Crenshaw Boulevard, which is, you know, at the time was a very predominantly Black area in South Central LA. And I'm sure you in Pasadena, you probably know exactly where I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah.
So that was something that I wanted to do, but it wasn't just to say, that only Black people matter. It was also to, let it know that Black people, we need to know that we matter, but we're also human beings. So human beings to God matter. Human beings to God matter. And I wanted people to understand that, that was my vision. That was my goal. It wasn't to create a separation, but hopefully to create unity. So that's
and
what the song
BCAM,
is about.
listen, and music is the great uniter, and music is the great healer, and to be able to relate both through words and through the energy and frequency of the sound that you have now become so proficient in engineering through your education. I mean, this is what is helping us to reconnect to our human family, and it's beyond that. It's not just the connection of our hearts around the world. It's also connection to all natural beings, to animals, and basically, the entire planet. So there's so much there to celebrate. And I'm so glad that you took what can be divisive and made it in a way to connect and relate everyone. So I'm really looking forward to sharing as well the track Black Lives Matter on the way out following our interview. And I'm also looking forward to looking at the progress that you're making. I'm hoping that, the awards continue, that your platform becomes greater, that audiences find you. We're looking forward to having you on the FENIX360 app coming up here. And BCAM, man, thank you for honoring me by this opportunity to connect with you today.
It's my honor and it's my pleasure. Thank you for even having me. Honestly, I know you probably had 1,000,001 things you could have been doing today, but you guys gave me the time of day, and so I'm just humbled by it. I just want to say thank you, John. It's been great connecting with you, brother.
Pleasure's mine, brother. Okay, let's all tune into BCAM's social media channels. You'll find a blower interview, and also look for him coming up on FENIX360. Respect, my brother. God bless you, man.
God bless you.
Keep it going, bro. Take care, man.
You have a good one.
Cheers, mate.
It's your boy, BCAM. Yeah. First off, all life matters. Please stop making it a ladder. Black folks seeing that pattern and we're looking at everybody thinking they better. We all gon' meet our maker. Please stop sending us sooner. Judgment day come, I bet you that he ain't happy with the way y'all murder George Floyd Mayweather when y'all wanna shot Floyd. However, y'all gon' push our blood pressure. Even our kids gon' know terror cause we black. Don't be scared about that. Please don't make us fight back. Cause if we act, y'all don't wanna see that. The economy will never come back. Black lives matter. Black lives matter. We know we do. Black lives matter. And so do you. I got a dream, but I won't go to sleep. I'ma stay woke, I'ma look out for my lokes. I know they all been provoked. I won't regret that I spoke. Satan can't hide in his cloak. Jesus no joke. He been protecting my folks, taking out all evil yokes, even the hearts that they broke. One day I had a vision about a little girl that was crying, screaming, hoping that her dad was still alive, praying that her mom would soon arrive. She was standing feeling all alone, watching her black people scared at home. Wasn't because of the pandemic, cause being black gave them no credit. Respect they gave us was cosmetic. Media said we ain't photogenic. If money is your security, what if we switched up our currency?